Hey guys, welcome to Jack's Beautiful You. My name is Jackie. Thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail today. I really appreciate you being here. And on this channel, we mostly talk about perfumes. So today's video is a perfume haul. So I have some new perfumes I want to share with you guys. Just a disclaimer, this is just a haul. These are not reviews. I will give you more information about these fragrances as I have time to test them out. Some of them I have only tried once or twice and I don't really have my full thoughts on them. So just my first impressions. I will update you on my final thoughts on these fragrances in future videos. But yeah, if you're interested in seeing the new goodies that I have in my collection, then just keep on watching. Now, my February perfume haul was crazy. I think I had like 13 or 14 perfumes in that video. This one I have toned down. We have 7 to talk about today. I purchased all of them with my own money except for one I did receive in PR, which I will of course tell you which one that is. And regardless of whether I get a perfume in PR or not, I always tell you my honest opinions about them. Let's start off with a fragrance I purchased with my own money that has been getting a lot of hype, and I just had to see. I blind bought it. I had to see for myself if this is really as good as people were saying. This is by Swiss Arabian, and this is Shaghaf Oud Tonka. So lots and lots of hype on this one. I've heard so many say that this smells like Velvet Tonka from BDK, which is one of my favorite fragrances. I really like the presentation, by the way. Let me show this to you. So I like how it opens up. Look at that. This is a pretty affordable fragrance. I think it was under $40 that I paid for it. And I do like the packaging. I like this color too. This is what the bottle looks like. And it's pretty sturdy. The packaging is pretty sturdy. And yeah, the cap is not super heavy. And it's kind of hard to take off, actually, but it's not bad. More than that, I do really like the color of this bottle, though. But more than that, people have been saying that this smells like Velvet Tonka from BDK, which is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And I have to say, it does remind me of Velvet Tonka. Some people are saying it's better than Velvet Tonka, which I have to respectfully disagree because Velvet Tonka just blows my mind. And it is one of my favorites, like I said, from the house of BDK. It is similar. I do get similarities, but I also get differences as well. It's not exactly the same in my opinion, but is this good? Yes, it is. Is it worth the hype? So far, from what I can tell, yes, it's worth the hype. It smells really, really good. A lot of times these Middle Eastern fragrances need time to sit, but this one doesn't really seem to. This just seems to be really nice off the bat. So top notes, we have almond, definitely get that. Definitely get that almondy feel like you do in BDK's Velvet Tonka. And then there's cinnamon in here. That's different. Velvet Tonka doesn't have cinnamon. I do pick up the cinnamon. There's orange blossom and Turkish rose. That rose that's in here kind of has that same effect that I feel like you get in BDK's Velvet Tonka. You get there's rose oil, I believe, in Velvet Tonka. Mixed with the almond, it kind of has this cherry blossom smell to it, and I get that in here. It's very nostalgic. I really, really like that part. And then in the base you have tonka bean, vanilla, and what's really different about this fragrance from Velvet Tonka is that there's amberwood in here. There's no oud listed in the notes. I don't think there's oud in here. Some people were saying they pick up oud. I think what they're picking up is amberwood. I'm not 100% sure. I'm just going off the notes on Fragrantica, so I could be wrong, but I don't pick up oud from this fragrance, even though it's in the name. I personally love amberwood, but I don't think amberwood is for everyone, and I do pick that up in here. It can give off kind of that Middle Eastern feel to a fragrance, kind of like oud does, but I do make out a vast difference between oud and amberwood. Yeah, this is really good. I think the hype is real. So I can't really give you too much more information on it. I've only worn it twice. Seems like the performance is pretty good, but let me get back to you. So this is by Swiss Arabian, Shaghaf Oud Tonka. Okay, this next fragrance is a fragrance I've wanted for a long time. I tested this one out, I feel like 1,000 years ago, and I remember liking it, but then I couldn't remember what it smelled like. I saw it on sale and I just decided to get it. So I pretty much blind bought it because I didn't remember what it smelled like. This is by Nobile 1942 and this is Cafe Chantant. This is the packaging that it comes in. And then you just slide this out and then this is the bottle. Beautiful bottles. I feel like Nobile 1942 has gorgeous bottles. So I remembered why I had put this on my wish list when I got this, because I absolutely love this fragrance. This is so, so good. I don't really know about performance. Again, I've only worn this, I think I've worn this once since I got it. But this fragrance is a sweet cherry. It's got this sweet and sour cherry in the opening, which I really love. But don't let that, it's not another cherry fragrance. There's so much more to this fragrance. Yes, there's a hint of that like sour, sweet cherry, but it's not like Tom Ford Lost Cherry. This is definitely a vanilla fragrance. It's powdery, but not in a vintage kind of way. It just smells very elegant. So top notes, you have sour cherry, star anise, and I think is it bay leaves? Yeah, bay leaf. I don't really get anything like that in here. I don't get bay leaf. I don't get anything green in the fragrance. I just get the sour cherry and the star anise, but very slightly, it's toned down. If you don't like those notes, if you don't like star anise, it's not overly spicy. I would not consider this a spicy fragrance. It's not the star of the show. It's just in there to give character to the fragrance. There's heliotrope and iris, definitely pick that up. There's a very powdery feel to the fragrance that you get with those types of florals, and then lots and lots of vanilla. There's a resinous feel to the fragrance from the benzoin. Musk, I don't get patchouli from this, not so far anyway. Again, I've only worn this once, so give me time to really get my thoughts on it, but so far I am loving the way this smells. It's going to be perfect for springtime. Even though it's very vanilla, it still has this, I don't know, this soft, powdery elegance to it that I'm really enjoying. So yes, I'm really happy that I went ahead and got this one. I will keep you updated on how I feel about it and the performance as time goes on. Expect to see this very soon in an upcoming tray. I think this will probably go on April's tray because I will be very interested in getting to know this fragrance more. But so far, first impression, I really love it. All right, this next fragrance got a lot of hype, and I heard about this fragrance from Sharita, and I saw her post on her community tab that it was back in stock, so I just went for it because this intrigued me. This is by Aroma Concepts, and this is, I think it's called Batikh Watermelon. It's the watermelon perfume. And this is the box that it comes in. And yeah, I just had to find out for myself what the hype was all about with this fragrance, because I do like sweet perfumes and I love watermelon. I have not really worn this yet. I've only sprayed it on the back of my hand, but yes, I definitely get watermelon from this fragrance for sure. That is the main thing that I get. This just makes me smile. This smells like a watermelon, kind of like a watermelon Jolly Rancher to me. This is summertime in a bottle. So there's a lot more to this fragrance than just watermelon. There's pear, there's tangerine, there's strawberry, there's apple, but really what I get is watermelon. It's very sweet, very sweet. There's rose in here. Again, I have to wear this, but first impression, I'm not picking up rose. There's praline and musk. That makes sense. Very sweet. But there's a muskiness to the fragrance that kind of gives it an airy quality. This is very playful, very youthful, very fun, summertime, pool party. That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, if I'm hanging out at the pool and we're just having some drinks and we're barbecuing and it's a warm summer day and you're going to eat some watermelon. Perfect scent. And it won't break the bank either. I don't know anything about the performance of this. I have no idea how this performs, so I will have to get back to you on this, but I did want to show you guys that I picked it up. So that is by Aroma Concepts Batikh, I believe it's called. The watermelon perfume. Okay, if you've been watching my channel, you know that recently I decluttered a perfume I used to absolutely love. Like we're talking about, used to almost be top 10 for life perfume. So Montal's Ristretto Intense Cafe has recently left my collection, and I don't really know what happened with that fragrance because I used to love it. I used to crave it every fall, and then the last fall that I tried to wear it, it was very screechy, scratchy. It smelled metallic. It smelled synthetic. There's something in the fragrance that ruined it for me, and I was really upset. So I ended up decluttering it, and I've been on the hunt to replace that scent profile. I have been doing a lot of research, reading a lot of reviews, stuff like that, about perfumes that are in that same scent family that will scratch that itch for me, if you will. And I took a chance on this fragrance. Listen. I took a huge chance on this fragrance because this is by a house that I do not have luck with. This is by a house that I struggle with but I am happy to report to you guys that I finally found a Tiziana Terenzi fragrance that I love, and I'm pretty sure this will be staying in my collection. This is Tiziana Terenzi Deluxe. Now I got a tester bottle and I found it at an extremely good price, so I just went for it because I just couldn't pass it up, and I heard so many people rave about this fragrance and say how amazing it is. And they were not kidding. Does this smell exactly like Ristretto Intense Cafe? No, but it's similar. It's definitely scratching that itch for me. So in the opening of this fragrance is some coffee, and then it has some purple florals, which I really don't pick up anything like that. I just get coffee. But it's not overly strong. I would say this is a very well blended coffee. It's there, but it's not like coffee in your face. I don't really like that very much. I really like a balanced, toned down coffee scent, and I feel like that's what's in here. And the coffee really doesn't stay throughout the entire wear of the fragrance for me. It tones down even more through the wear. So far, I've worn this twice now, so like I still need to wear this some more to really fully get my thoughts, but so far, this definitely has rose and vanilla in it. I picked that up for sure. Definitely the same kind of rose that's in Ristretto Intense Cafe, that sweet, ambery, warm, jammy rose for sure. And then you have in the base honey, which is the added thing that I love in here. And I didn't get the honey at first, but as the perfume dries down, I pick up the honey. The coffee starts to fade a little and the honey comes forward, which I have been loving. White musk, but I don't pick up a screechy, scratchy, that traditional Tiziana Terenzi musk that I don't like is not in here. And then lots and lots of amber and some cedar. So again, not exactly like Ristretto Intense Cafe, but to me this is better. It's smoother, it's better blended, it doesn't have anything synthetic, there's nothing scratchy, there's nothing metallic in here, and I adore this. So far I am so happy. I know this is a really well known and loved fragrance. Lots of people have talked about it. Lots of people have hyped over it. And I am on the Deluxe hype train for sure. And this is going to definitely be a fantastic replacement for my used to be loved Ristretto Intense Cafe. All right, I recently did a testing video and I told you guys I was going to get this, and I wasn't playing around. I was not playing around. I needed it now. I needed it yesterday. This is by Giardini di Toscana and this is Celeste. So this one, you guys, this is what the bottle looks, or not the bottle, the packaging. Words are hard. The only thing that I'm going to complain about is that my bottle is a little scuffed. Ooh, I don't think you can see it. Hold on. My lights are washing it out, but anyway, on the side here, it got like really scuffed up and it's got some like dark marks on it that won't come off. So I do have to say these bottles are not my favorite because they get scuffed up really easily, but whatever. So I told you guys that I was going to get this. I loved it when I tested it. So this was not a blind buy. In the opening, you have seawater and lime, and I do pick up that seawater in the opening, especially now that I have the full bottle, but it's not very long lasting. It goes away. I really think that some people don't like that. I've heard other people say that smells a little harsh, that combo of seawater and lime. I don't dislike it though. And then there's lots and lots of violet, which I'm not even a fan of violet. I don't like violet for the most part, but I love it in here. It smells like sweet candied violets. Yeah, I really like it. And then there's some floral notes and raspberry. I think I like that combination of the lime, the violet, and the raspberry together. Somehow that just works and it smells really good on my skin. And then in the base you have vanilla sugar and ambroxan. I would say don't blind buy this one, because when I said I love this in my video, there were people who said they loved it too. They thought it was amazing, and then there were people who said they hated it, and there were a couple of people who said that they had to scrub it off. So for some people this is a scrubber, but for me, I absolutely love it, and I am super happy to have this in my collection. But this is by Giardini di Toscana Celeste. All right, this next one is one that I received in PR from the house. So thank you to them for sending this to me. I had never really smelled anything from this house before, but I have heard of this house. I've been intrigued by the house. So I was super excited when they reached out to me because, yeah, I wanted to try them. I didn't know what to ask for. They asked me what types of fragrances I liked, and then they just sent me the one they thought would fit. And let me tell you something, I was really nervous when I found out what they were sending me. Some of the notes looked a little scary. There is leather and oud in this fragrance, and sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. So let me tell you what the fragrance is, shall I? All right, this is by Tomovici, and this is Zenobia. And this is the packaging it comes in, very luxurious. And then you open it up and look at this bottle. Look at this bottle and look at the bedding it's on. It's so beautiful. Oh my gosh. When I saw the bottle, I was like, okay, I love that. I love blingy, shiny. I love blingy, shiny things. So this is the shiny, beautiful bottle. And yeah, I really like it. So like I said, this perfume has some scary notes in it and I didn't know what to think, but my husband was with me when I opened this. So I unboxed this, opened it. I really don't do unboxings on my channel because I want to have at least a little bit of experience before I talk to you guys about the fragrance. And I closed my eyes real tight and I sprayed it and I crossed my fingers that I would love it, and I did. It was immediate. My husband was like, oh, you like that. He could tell. My eyes just lit up as soon as I smelled it, and it was immediate, like, yes, wow. Wow, wow, is this a head turner. This is a head turner for sure. Okay, guys, I'm not even playing around. This is so good. Top notes, you have orange blossom and black currant. And then you have some vanilla, some rose, some jasmine. There's some florals in here for sure. And then you have saffron, which I love. It's ambery warm. I love saffron. I love amber fragrances. And then you have leather, cedarwood, and oud. That was what scared me. When I look at the reminds me of section on Fragrantica, people are saying this smells like Xerjoff's La Capitale. And I get what they're saying. Sometimes when I look at Fragrantica, I'm like, wow, no. Or sometimes when I read the comments, I'm like, okay, no. But you know what? To each their own. Everybody has the right to their own opinion. But I would have to say I kind of get what people mean by Xerjoff's La Capitale, but they're not the same. They're definitely different. This is not repetitive. This doesn't have that really fruity strawberry that La Capitale has. This has more of a floral feel to it than a fruity feel. There's no caramel in here either, which is very prominent to my nose in La Capitale. So two different fragrances, but I get what they mean about the base of this fragrance. So La Capitale is a fragrance that has leather and oud in it, and it's a leather and oud that I can tolerate. Or not even tolerate, I actually really love it. It's done in such a way, it's so smooth that people who don't even typically like leather and oud will like La Capitale, but not always. I mean, some people don't like it. Okay, I love Xerjoff's La Capitale. If you've been watching my channel, you know I do. This is better. This is better. I can't believe I'm saying that, but this is better. This blows the smoothness of La Capitale's leather and oud out of the water. This is even smoother. Suede-y smooth. The texture to this fragrance, it is gorgeous. The quality of this fragrance is outstanding. I am so impressed with this fragrance. I love it so, so much. Listen, if you like Xerjoff's La Capitale, you're going to like this. I'm pretty sure. Okay, don't blind buy it, okay? Get a sample, test it for yourself. But if you like that scent profile, you are going to like this. It's even smoother in my opinion, and it is so good. I have to play with this more. Of course, I still have only worn this a couple of times, but you guys, this was love at first sniff for me, and I'm super impressed. And now this house is definitely on my radar for sure. I want to try more from the house. So this is by Tomovici Zenobia. All right, last but definitely not least is a blind buy. When I was buying Celeste, I bought my Celeste from Lucky Scent, and when I was buying it, I saw this perfume pop up. I swear to you, Kais perfumes, they pop up and they just get me, and I end up adding to cart. I did that with the marshmallow one and the carnival one, the one that smells like funnel cake. No, not the, I knew I wanted to buy the marshmallow one, but the funnel cake one was one that popped up, and I was like, oh, let me add that to cart. Anyway, they've all been successful, and this one is not an exception. This is by Kais Perfumes, and this is Macarons. This is one that really intrigued me. I'm a gourmand lover, and even though I'm kind of losing my mood for gourmands, I know that in my heart, I love gourmands and that I would probably love this. When I saw the note breakdown, I was like, ooh, that is calling my name. Yes, you guys, this was a successful blind buy. The notes in here are marzipan. You got me with marzipan. You got me with marzipan. Who doesn't love marzipan? I don't understand you if you don't like marzipan. This has marzipan, custard, hello, cherry, spun sugar, heliotrope, and myrrh. Now, I was a little nervous about the myrrh, and I was a little nervous about the cherry because, again, I broke down and read some reviews on Fragrance Decant because I just wanted to see if I should buy it. I'm like, should I take the chance and blind buy this? I'm so glad I did because some people were saying they got like medicinal cough syrup, which, to be honest, I can see how that would come across for some people because you've got sour cherry and myrrh and you put it together. And when I smell this, do I pick up like a medicinal? I don't. No, to me it's just deliciousness, but I can see how this would translate for some people as cough syrup, but it does not for me. I don't know how to explain that. Have you ever smelled a perfume that you love, but when somebody else says they get something, you can kind of see where they get that, but that's not really what you get? I would not consider this a safe blind buy. I just get this gorgeous cherry, marzipan. I'm not sure that I really pick up anything like custard, but I definitely get that marzipan feel. Ooh, so good. So far, I'm a big, big fan of this. And I wore this to bed and it did last through the night, and I could smell it on my pajamas when I woke up the next morning. So I think the performance of this is pretty decent, but I'll have to get back to you for sure on that. I'm loving this. I'm so happy I blind bought this. This is delicious. If you love gourmands, get your nose, especially if you love marzipan gourmands. I highly recommend that you get your nose on this. It is delicious. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Those are the new goodies that I've added into my collection. I want to know what you think. Have you tried these? Do you like them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Let me know if you have picked up any new fragrances and added them into your collection, and if you have any recommendations for me. I love to get recommendations from you guys. You guys always have the best suggestions, and I have found a lot of really great perfumes because of you guys, so keep them coming. Thank you for watching. If you did like this video and you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope everybody is having an amazing day, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye.